Bones.
And we're live.
Okay. Perfect. I guess that's a no.
Well, I already hit the fucking button before you started your
you're,
sentence.
you're fine. It's fine.
No, you're fine.
Yeah.
I'm in a good fucking mood today.
That's awesome.
I think I have discovered something about myself.
Okay. Is it that you like hot dogs?
No, I already knew that. Okay, so I don't know if it makes me woke or not. But I feel like that's what's happening to me. You know, like you said a couple of years ago that you thought I would find Jesus.
Uh-huh.
I
still believe that.
I think I found black people.
I thought you were going to say black Jesus. You found black people? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Huh. I think you were just in the wrong neighborhood.
No, like I can, I'll use a word that we are becoming all too familiar with.
Uh-huh.
I think I can empathize with black people, like their plight.
Okay. Please go on.
Okay, so don't you agree that black people have had a struggle more so than white people in this country?
Sure. I'll begrudgingly agree.
Okay.
No, yeah, I agree.
Okay. Side note: do you have a fan or something running? Every time you talk, I hear a bunch of background noise.
Yes, I was trying to not sweat my ass off. Is that better?
Yes, thank you.
Okay.
Can't you just get fucking air conditioner or something?
Yeah, sure. Let me go ahead and just redo my whole fucking air system. So
Get a
window.
Get a window air conditioner.
There's no
and put it
windows in here.
Cut a hole in your fucking wall. Pump it out to the garage.
Good idea. Pump it right back into the house.
No, to the garage.
I mean, I could, I guess. I don't know.
Well, it's better than making this podcast noisy. Fuck. Remember what I told you? Start taking this shit seriously.
When you start a sentence with "remember what I told you," the answer is always no. You've told me so many things.
All right. You know what? I don't want to get
people.
distracted. Okay. Anyway, so if we both agree that black people have had more of a struggle than white people,
Yeah.
and they're not as intelligent as white people, so they can't get caught back up,
Right. They got no chance.
right?
I mean, right.
So then
You're dragging me down with you here.
Isn't it up to us to, like, don't they want a hand out or a hand up instead of a hand out? Or, like, shouldn't we grab their bootstraps?
Yeah, that should be the saying. We're pulling black people up by their bootstraps. We're going to string you up by your bootstraps. That sounds way worse than it is.
Okay, that's too long. We need something like that we can fit on a banner for a parade. Like, hang them by the bootstraps.
Right. That makes it seem like we're against, like we're making fun of the saying, pull people up by their bootstraps. That doesn't work. It's got to be like, is there any way we can tie bootstraps to lynching somehow? Is that too on the nose? Wait, what, do Nikes have bootstraps? I don't think they do.
You got to pick them up by their Jordans.
Yeah, there's got to be a correlation here somewhere.
No, but like, don't distract me.
Sorry.
I just feel like it is our obligation,
Okay.
to help those that are incapable of helping themselves.
Okay. When you say our, do you mean me and you or white people in general?
Well, I think white people in general,
Okay.
which includes you, like white people and Polacks.
But not the Jews. White people and Polacks.
Okay, what's the acronym? White people and Polacks for picking black people up by their bootstraps. Whoop-it-pip-is.
I like it. That'll fit on a sign.
Okay, I need you to. So Bones isn't in here, but he better listen to this to create show notes later.
Right.
I need him to establish our 501c3.
For white people and Polacks pulling black people up by their bootstraps.
Yeah, and
White people. Okay.
and also Mexicans, as long as one of their parents are white, because they have it better. Okay, do you think white people, or do you think Mexicans who have a white mother or father have it better than a black person that has black parents, like a
No.
full-on black person?
No. I think that what you get when you're a Mexican who has a white parent is you get hate from the Mexicans because one of your parents is white, and you get hates from white because you're Mexican.
I
So
don't,
it's
I
like,
don't believe that.
you don't think so?
No, I've known plenty of half white Mexicans that you couldn't even tell that they had any Mexican in them. So they can pass through life without the hate from the white people, because white people just automatically accept them.
So that's what I don't understand is that it's when you say you have a white parent and a Mexican parent and you're born in America, right? Well, I mean, there's lots of people that are like that, right? How
Okay.
are they? In what way are they Mexican?
Because Mexican is a race, not just a place where you're from.
I don't think it is it?
Yeah.
No. How is it a race?
Okay, so when you say, like when we're not recording and you say, God, I fucking hate black people.
Yeah.
You know, you're talking about African American Africans, right?
African American Africans, yes.
Okay.
The
So-
African ones.
When you say I hate Mexicans, you're not talking about you're talking about like anybody that's yellowish tint. Like, I mean,
No.
it could be Spain, it could be
Right.
Mexico,
Right. No. I
South
agree
America.
with you. Colombia. I agree with
Cuba.
you. I agree
India.
with you, but just because I got sucked into this horseshit doesn't mean that it's right. Like it's there. So if you're born in America, your mom's white and your dad's Mexican, you're just as much of an American as you are a Mexican. Why do people call you Mexican? I don't get it.
because it's a race.
It's not.
It is when I use it.
The only way it's a race is if like the lazy river is a race. Is that a race? It's not a race.
Okay, when the phrase "I hate Mexicans" is said, they are talking. It is a race. It is a verb
Okay.
or noun.
Or adjective.
It's a subject before the predicate.
It's my pronouns. Did you
No.
say subjugate before the predicate?
When you are talking about like Mexicans are stealing our jobs,
Yeah.
you don't have to be born in Mexico to be considered a Mexican. You just have to be brown.
Is it worse if somebody brown steals your job?
Yes.
What?
Duh.
You're like, that was a stupid question. Well, I mean, is it because if a white person steals your job, you're like, yeah, he had to feed his family?
Have you ever had anybody? No, you've only had one girlfriend, right?
Well, no, I've had other girlfriends, but
Okay. Have you ever had any of your other girlfriends leave you for a woman?
yes. I mean,
Okay.
if I'm being honest, I should have known she was on the women's basketball team in high school. We were dating in high school, and she was on the fucking basketball team.
Okay.
I should have known.
So when she said, "Look, Anthony, I don't think we should see each other anymore. I like pussy." You're like, cool.
So do I.
Like, I get
Let's
it.
share.
I understand.
Right. I wasn't even mad. How can you be
Right.
mad?
So it's the same thing when a white person steals your job. It's the equivalent of a lesbian going to eat pussy instead of riding your dick. It's the same thing.
I get it. I wouldn't want to ride cock either.
Yeah, and
We have this in common. We should date.
when a Mexican steals your job, it's essentially you're riding his cock or something.
Or something. There's got to be a gay joke in there somewhere.
But anyway, yeah, that's why we should help black people.
It's because if not us, who? If not now, when? Isn't that how the saying goes?
I think so.
Oh my gosh. So if we all band together, and we can start this anti-racism thing right here on this podcast. If we all band together and do the reading for the black people, then they don't have to do it. Right? We'll read it and tell them what it says. then they don't have to worry about it, right?
No, I think the right way to look at it is we'll read it because they can't.
That was my point. That was the point that I was trying to make.
Right, but you said they don't have to. And I'm saying we'll do it because they can't. Like we'll read for them because they just don't possess that skill yet.
We're saying the same thing, but I was trying to like take the edge off of it, and you were trying to sharpen it back up. I like the sharper version better, I think. Let me read that for you, stupid. That should be our flag.
No, it's. I was gonna say it's not that I don't. It's not that I think we're better, but I don't want to lie.
How about Asians? Are we better than Asians?
No, fuck no. It depends. At what?
That was fast. No, of course not. It depends on what. So I mean, should we let the Asians deal with the black people and we just wash our hands of the whole situation? There's a hierarchy, but should we step out of the hierarchy?
How would you go about doing that?
I don't know. We outsmart the Asians into reading to the black people. I don't know.
They don't have fucking time to do that. They got to take pictures and do math and shit.
Play violins.
I think that there's something to it, like outsourcing taking care of the black people. I just don't think that Asians is the right thing.
You leave it to the Mexicans?
No. I don't know that there's a good race.
No?
I suppose we could identify a couple of the high skill black people and put them in charge of the other black people.
High skill black people. So we got some kind of skills test that we're gonna have.
What would be an aptitude test for black people? A blacktitude test. What would that look like? Oh. No, it would be blaptitude.
Blaptitude. I like that. A blaptitude test. I think we should take this this racism test to see if we're racist first.
I know I'm not racist. I'm trying to help the black people.
I know. I understand. But like somebody's got to look out for them. It's like if you tell a child, "Don't run into the street." Do you hate children? I mean,
didn't we already take this test? I've got it open.
Probably. This test makes use of a research-based inventory for measuring racism. About 12. How do you measure racism? All right. How do you want to do this? Did we already do this?
I feel like we did, yeah.
Is it offensive to suggest that all black people of the same non-white ethnicity look alike? Example, that all black people look alike, that all Asians look alike. Do you agree or disagree with that?
Is this an example?
No, this is question number 1 of 20.
Because my question 1 of 20 is different. It is offensive to tell non-whites that they speak English so well.
So it must be different every time? Maybe there's like a smattering of questions?
Okay. Oh, fuck, how are we going to do this?
Well, that gives us like more questions, right? We'll just see what happens at the end to both of us.
Okay, it's going to take forever. I don't want to go through 40 fucking questions saying the same thing.
Are you racist? Disagree or agree?
Okay, let's do this. You start. You go. What's your question?
Is it offensive to suggest that all black people of the same non-white ethnicity look alike?
No.
Okay. So we're going to disagree.
Okay.
I already did.
No. We're going to either talk it through or not do it. We're not just going to, I'm not going to let you do what I do to you and just give scores.
Okay. All right.
Why do you think it's offensive?
I don't. I agree with you. It's not offensive. Okay, so if I say this looks really cool and all other things of the same color look the same, they all look cool, right?
No, I
How
was
is that
talking.
offensive?
I was talking specifically about like the flat noses and the big lips. Like that's
So do we pretend like that's not a black trait?
right. Oh, so we agree.
Am I pretending that I don't have a receding hairline? Is that is that what we're doing?
What's
Because
the
I can do that.
What's the question again?
I got to go back. Hold on.
Why did you go forward?
It is offensive to suggest that all people of the same non-white ethnicity look alike.
Okay, I said I disagree.
Right, and that's what I put.
Oh, that's where we got fucked up. I said I disagree, and you said I agree.
Yeah. Oh.
You fucking retard.
Okay. Okay. Next question. This is gonna take forever. We're idiots.
Don't lump me into your fucking group. I'm going to put you with the black people.
We don't all look the same. It is okay to portray non-white characters in TV shows as speaking poor and or heavily accented English.
Yeah, that's what the character
Yes.
calls for.
Of course. Duh. That's the kind of shit that annoys me, is that like you can't portray a black person on a TV show as having any negative traits. That just makes for bad storytelling. You
And
idiots.
the inverse of that, would it make any sense at all if a fucking white guy with bibs was to come into a house? Hello there, Mr. Bones. Like, that doesn't even make sense.
No. I mean, it'd be funny. But wouldn't make any sense, but it'd be funny. All right. Racism in Western countries is mostly a thing of the past.
Yes.
So we've got a middle, a next to middle, and an all the way over agree. So do we really, really agree, or do we just kind of agree?
Next to middle, agree.
Next to, wait, so all the way over?
Next to middle, agree.
Okay. That doesn't make any sense what you're saying.
You said we have a
In the middle,
yes.
and then we have one over, and then
Yes.
one all the way over. So there's 3 levels, 0, 1, and 2, basically, on each end.
Right. So what would next to the middle on the agree side look like?
Either 0 or
No,
2.
0 would be middle.
yes.
Next to middle on the agree side.
That means strongly agree. You're like next to middle. Next to the middle of what?
Okay. The next line
Yeah.
on the agree side
Okay, got it.
that is in the middle.
It is offensive to ask
Of the agree
non-whites
side.
where they are really from. Is it offensive to ask somebody where they're really from?
No.
I strongly
100%.
disagree. Yeah, that's
100
stupid.
Wait a minute. What?
I disagree with that. It is offensive. I disagree
Quit
that it's
saying
offensive.
it. You're making it sound like you're disagreeing with me. Change your verbiage.
God, we're racist. All right. It is okay to assume non-whites live up to their racial stereotypes.
It is okay to assume.
Yeah, black people are good at sports. Asians are good at math. Is it okay to assume that?
Read the question again.
It is okay to assume non-whites live up to their racial stereotypes.
Oh, yes. 100% agree.
Yeah, of course. It is legitimate for Western countries to impose stricter immigration restrictions on people from non-white countries than they do for immigrants from white countries.
Like people that blow up buildings.
Right.
Yes.
Yes.
100% agree.
Yes, exactly. If you blow up buildings, we reserve the right, all rights reserved with the little circle R. We're going to reserve the right to not let you into our country to blow up our buildings.
Yeah.
We like our
essentially-
buildings.
Okay. We've all decided that it's okay that a restaurant puts up a sign that says no shoes, no shirt, no service.
Right.
So as a country, we put up a sign that says no shoes, no shirt, no blowing up our building.
Right.
I call no 9/11s.
Damn it, son of a bitch. All right. It is legitimate. So we are agreeing. It is offensive to ask non-whites if they can teach you sports that people of their race have traditionally been good at. So if I ask a black person to teach me how to play basketball, is that offensive?
Okay. Yes.
It is?
Yes.
Why?
If if you have never interacted with this black person, that's how I'm reading. That's how I'm receiving the question. That you just see a random black person walking down the street. Hey, can you teach me basketball?
Yeah. Right. Just 2 questions ago, didn't you say that it was perfectly acceptable to say, I see a black person and assume they're good at basketball? You just
Yeah,
said,
I stand by that.
but you can't ask them to teach you? You can assume they're good, but you can't ask them to teach you?
Right. Yeah.
What? It's offensive to assume they're good.
Okay. Just stop. Let's talk through this. So, and I'm going to get you where I'm at.
All right.
Okay. When you walk by a black person, do you think he's probably where's my wallet? Okay, if you see a black guy that's 6'5", in your mind you think he probably plays basketball.
Yeah.
He's probably good at basketball.
Yeah. He probably
Why-
makes way more money than me. He's going to get a scholarship, this dumb son of a bitch.
Would you ever walk up to him without ever knowing anything about him and say, "Hey, can you teach me basketball?"
No.
Why?
Because he would laugh at me. You don't play sports, you dumb honky. White men can't jump or whatever they say.
That's it. You
That's
just think
it.
you don't think he would hit you or get mad
No.
at you?
Get mad at me? No. I think he would laugh at me because I don't know how to play basketball and I'm kind of goofy. Not sportsman-like.
Yeah, I don't see it the same way. I think that he would get pissed off at you, and he's not going to get
like,
pissed off at you for
Bonk me
thinking
on the
that
head.
he's not going to get pissed off at you for thinking that he's good at basketball because you haven't told him that.
But
But-
if I ask him to teach me basketball, isn't the assumption that I think he's good at basketball?
Fuck. Okay, you're trying to argue. If you have a stereotype in your head,
Yeah.
it's in your head. Nobody knows that you're carrying that around.
Okay.
As soon as you go up to a random black person and say, "Hey, teach me basketball,"
Yeah.
you are now pushing that stereotype on him, and he will
Okay.
think that's offensive.
Okay. What if? How about?
It's the same thing as, and I hate to go to this one because it's so fucking easy. But if you see a black person, you think, I bet they like fried chicken. But you wouldn't walk up to a random black person and go, point at his lips and go, "Ha, you like fried chicken."
So if I'm eating fried chicken, just walking down the street with a bucket of fried chicken, and I walk by a black guy and I offer him chicken, is that racist?
It depends. Did you offer any white people?
There are none. Just me and him. The streets are empty.
I know for certain that you would never find yourself in a situation where it's you in a city full of black people.
No, not city full, just one. There just happened to be one black guy.
It's different. It depends how you ask the question. If you just pull out a drumstick and say, "Do you want some fried chicken?" Yeah, it's probably not racist.
Okay.
If you say, "I know you want some fried chicken,"
So, weird. The rules are weird.
well, I mean, it really just follows common sense.
Asian people can teach me martial arts. That's another example.
Yes, they are capable.
If you ask an Asian person, "Hey, can you teach me martial arts?" First of all, who says that? Can you teach me all martial arts?
All of them.
all of them.
I want to learn the martial arts that Steven Seagal is real good at.
Where you like touch them and they fly backwards?
Yeah, because he's like, he's fatter than I am, and
He fucking knocks people out all the time.
they're not paid off at all.
No, right. Who's the one that like does the splits on 2 semis? I want to learn that martial art.
Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. I think Steven Seagal now could kick the shit out of Van Damme then.
Really? You think so? He
I
said
just
no.
didn't know where I was going when I started talking.
Who's that blonde the blonde guy from Rambo? Not Rambo, but the other Rocky?
Dolph Lundgren?
Yeah. I think he could kick all their asses.
No, Steven Seagal could fuck up Dolph Lundgren.
No, there's no way. Steven Seagal's like kind of gay. Like he's got the kind of gay, like mystical, like I'm white but China white. You know what I mean? Like he's got like the gay, like he's just like mystical gay shit going on. Dolph Lundgren's just like, yeah, I'm gonna kick your ass. Like you know what I mean? And then maybe I'll like choke you out and kill you.
Dolph Lundgren doesn't choke anybody. He just
No, he's got that look. He's got the crazy like I'm gonna kill you look. Not
if he
like,
dies, he dies.
Right, yes. Like I'm not thinking that Steven Seagal is gonna choke anybody out because he's more interested in like doing the woo, you know, like a more gay Bruce Lee, you know.
What do you mean more gay Bruce Lee? Like Bruce Lee isn't even on the gay scale.
Isn't even on the gay scale?
Yeah. It's weird.
That's what more
it's
gay.
It's weird that you chose, like you could say he's a gay version of Bruce Lee. That would make sense. But you said he's a more gay Bruce Lee, which is insinuating that Bruce Lee is gay. And I will not have you talking about my sensei like that.
Sensei. Sorry. I apologize for offending your guy.
No, so like if we brought a listener on right now and I said, fuck, man, you're like an even gayer version of Anthony. That's insinuating that you're gay, right?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So just watch your fucking tone.
Wow. Touchy about Bruce Lee. I didn't realize. I didn't know you had a sensitive side for Bruce Lee. You have to protect his manhood at all costs.
Okay. Anyway,
all right. So
anyways,
is it offensive for non-whites to ask? Is it offensive to ask them if you can teach them if they can teach you sports? Jesus Christ!
Sports? I thought it was martial arts.
There's two examples. If you can ask a black person to teach you basketball, or if you can ask an Asian to teach you martial arts.
Depends on the context.
Are we in a martial arts tournament?
Right. Like, okay, if you're in a martial arts tournament and there's one black guy there and you walk up and say, hey, can you show me how to free throws?
Show me how to play basketball. I think you should start asking every black person you see, can you dunk? just randomly.
No, it's stupid questions. All of this depends on the context.
Yes, duh. All of this. But they're going to take all the context out of it and say, yeah, you're racist. That's what this test is. I mean, but anyways, we got to get to the end. So we're neutral, right?
No.
What are we? It is offensive to ask non-whites if they can teach you sports.
3 from the right.
That would be neutral. I'm so confused.
Okay, 4 from the right.
So we kind of disagree with that.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't really think minorities in the West were historically the target of racist actions. What?
See, I don't like your inflection in that. You're trying to lead me down a path.
I don't really think minorities in the West were historically the target of racist actions. Is that better? How about I don't really think minorities in the West were historically
I can't keep up. Yes.
I know. I can't even talk like that. I'm trying to inflect wrong.
It's working because I can't keep up with the question.
Do you think minorities in the West were historically the target of racist actions?
Yes.
I mean, isn't slavery wasn't slavery like a racist action? I mean, I can't even argue against that one. Like, I don't even have an argument against that. Like, they wanted to be there. All right.
Yeah. Strongly agree.
Yeah. So we agree with that. Western history
that's stupid.
books.
How can you?
Yeah. Right. Exactly. Right. That's a stupid question. Western history books should take care to stress the contributions of non-whites to Western civilization.
I agree with an asterisk, as long as they take care to focus on white people too. Like, I don't care what color the person was that invented peanuts.
Right.
I just care that we have peanut butter.
Right.
So if we're talking about peanut butter and there's a little blurb down there that's like, a black guy made this or whatever, then by all means add it.
But that's not what this says.
Don't seek out black people inventions just so you can populate their fucking columns.
Which is exactly what this question is asking. Western history books should take care to stress the contributions of non-whites to Western civilization. Like, they should make it a point to make you realize that black people invented peanut butter or whatever. Like, I disagree with that 100%. I think that's stupid. I don't think we should stress the race of anybody.
Like we shouldn't. Let's say that in the history books you're only going to talk about 20 inventions.
Yep.
Okay. You shouldn't kick out things like wheels. Talking about discovering the wheel to insert like valve stem covers. Just because it was a
right. Just as important are the valve stem covers. All right, so we disagree.
Or curb feelers. What color do you think? Like, what color was the person that invented curb feelers?
White, 100%. These stupid people will buy anything from me. If I was selling shit, yeah, I'm going to pick the dumbest people to buy the dumbest things. That's my invention. Like, I'm going to market it towards the dumbest people. At that particular time, the dumbest people just happen to be Mexicans that want curb feelers. It's stupid.
Okay, I'm looking it up. In Paducah, Kentucky, Olaus Pitt.
Sounds like a black guy.
It does. Okay, so how the fuck do I find? Yeah, I think it's a white thing.
You think so?
Yeah, well, actually, they were originally on cop cars, so they were a white thing.
Huh. Told you. I mean, didn't I? Name an invention. I'll tell you what color they were that invented it. Who do you think invented thermometers?
Oh. American.
Okay. That doesn't count.
White people.
Yeah, duh. So do you think that if you looked into the history...
It was Galileo. Like,
huh. Does that count as white or American? That's pretty funny.
In 1593.
Dumb. Do you think if we looked into the history of the peanuts or peanut butter or whatever, it would turn out that like whoever George Washington Carver wasn't even a real person?
No.
Okay. Because that's what I think. I think all of it's made up. There are no black people in history. I have no idea. So how do you know the story of that? Did he invent the peanut? Like,
no.
He like crossbred peanuts with bananas or something like that?
Okay, what did George Washington Carver?
Yeah.
Okay. Hold on. Hold, please.
Okay.
In all, he developed 300 products from peanuts and 118 from sweet potatoes. In addition to new products from waste materials, including recycled oil and paints and stains, Carver is best known as for his research into alternative crops to cotton, such as peanuts, soybeans, and sweet potatoes.
So he just did research into corn or something.
Well, that's fucking stupid. Like,
Right.
if all he did is took peanuts, is like, well, sir, you can make butter out of this. He opens up a can. Then so he smashes it up. He's like, oh boy, I got butter. And then he puts it on the shelf. And a month later, he opens it up. He's like, I invented peanut oil. Like, no, you didn't, motherfucker.
And then I could probably paint with this. This is great.
Well, that's fucking stupid. Like,
Told
okay,
you.
that's what we don't want in our history books. Is he didn't invent 95 fucking things.
Yeah, right. You took a peanut and you cut it in half and you invented two peanuts. Not quite how that works. Huh. All right. Well, yeah. So we're going to disagree. We shouldn't stress that. It's
Agreed.
offensive to suggest to non-whites that they look like celebrities who share their ethnicity. Asian
No.
people look like Bruce Lee. Black people look like Will Smith. No, I don't think that's offensive at all.
Okay, like when people walk up to me and say, "Hey, you look like Chris Farley's death photo," I don't take offense to that. I get it. There's similarities.
Like, hey, they tell me you look like a young Bruce Willis. I'm like, yeah, I know. Die Hard. Yeah, it's not offensive. If somebody tells you okay, if you walk up to somebody and say, you look like Bruce Lee, in no way is that offensive.
Well, how funny would it be, like in response to this questionnaire? You know, you're walking down the street and you're like, "Well, he's wearing a tracksuit. Hey, man, you kind of look like Bruce Lee." And he goes, "Oh," and he takes that pose.
That's offensive. The only way that it's offensive is if you like, hey, you look like Heavy D. Like that would.
Why is that offensive?
Because he's fat. Heavy D is fat. Do you not know that? That's why his name's Heavy D.
It doesn't matter if
It does.
If it doesn't, if you look like Heavy D, then there's nothing wrong with saying you look like Heavy D. Like,
Okay, what if you see a skinny black guy and you're like, hey, you look like Heavy D?
yeah, that's different.
Is it?
I mean, unless he looks like Heavy D in the face, like, you know.
like if Heavy D lost 300 pounds. See, now you're just taking it too far. You're not like you look like Heavy D. You're like you look like a skinny Heavy D. That doesn't make any sense. Like it's either offensive or it's not.
No, that's not true at all. It's not offensive if, okay, let's just say that they're on the plus side. Like they're not quite morbidly obese,
Okay.
but they're heavy.
Okay.
It's not offensive to say you look like Heavy D. If
But
they
what if
look
you-
like Heavy
what-
D.
Okay. What if you don't look anything like you don't look anything like Will Smith, but you're black, and you say you look like Will Smith? Is that offensive?
I wouldn't say it's offensive. No, I'd just say you're retarded.
The question is not, are you retarded?
Let's take that test.
I think we already know the answer. All right.
No, if
For disagreeing,
okay.
because it's not offensive. It's okay to portray non-whites in commercials as acting subserviently towards whites. Yes. That's
Yeah.
perfectly acceptable if that's what the role requires, you dumb fucks.
How hard would it be to make a slave movie if you're not allowed to? It's stupid.
Right.
Go out there and pick that cotton. No. All right.
Okay. I'll get somebody else to do it. White people have a duty to educate themselves on the racist actions of their forebears. Forebears.
No, it has no relevance to today.
White people have a duty to educate
I mean, it
themselves.
kind of does, but
Does it?
yeah, absolutely.
Why?
Because if my forebears didn't be all racist, then we wouldn't have this test to take to begin with.
So we just have to learn about that. So how long do we have to, like, I don't know what a forebearer just means, anybody that came before you, right?
Yes.
So my kids' forebearers would be me, right?
And your dad,
Okay.
and his dad,
So
and
for
his
how
dad,
how many
his dad,
generations do we
and
have to
his dad,
teach
and his
kids
dad,
that
and his dad,
white people are bad? How
and
long do
his-
we have to teach that?
27 generations. You have to go back to
Awesome. That's a long time.
I think that should be an assignment for you.
For me?
Okay, you only have to go back 2 generations before you find your slave owner's card or whatever the fuck it was you had on the fridge.
Receipt.
Yeah, the receipt for the black person.
Right.
I
Yeah,
mean,
that I had nothing to do with.
yeah, but your forebearer did.
So? If your dad was an
No, all you had to
alcoholic,
do
does
is-
that make you a bad person?
I mean, chances are yes. Like,
That was a kind of a stupid question. So, in what other instances can you be
Read the
blamed?
question again.
No,
Listen.
listen.
No,
I have,
read the
no, I
question.
have another question. In what other instances besides racism can you be blamed for what your father or his father did?
read the question.
White people have a duty to educate themselves on the racist actions of their forebears.
You know what word I didn't hear there?
What?
Blame.
Okay, then in what other instances should we teach about our forebears that is absolutely imperative that we have to teach this negative thing about our forebears? What other thing?
Heart problems.
No, their actions, not their heart problems.
No, but did they take care of their, how did they get into, you need to know if your forebears had a heart condition so you know that if it's going to run in your blood or whatever. Like that's
You sound
that's why
really smart there.
that's why doctors ask you all the time. It's your responsibility to check your forebear's heart.
Like exhume the body. He had an enlarged heart. Fine. I agree 100%. Educate everybody. I don't give a fuck. No, you know what? That'll throw the results off. I disagree with that 100%.
Okay, then put it in the middle.
Know. Okay, we're putting it in the middle. That's a stupid question. Irritates me. It is okay to assume that the kitchens in restaurants owned by non-whites are generally dirtier than the kitchens in restaurants owned by whites.
Absolutely not.
No, it's stupid. All kitchens are dirty all the time.
I will die by this. I know that black people are cleaner than white people. It's not even up for debate.
But I don't agree with you. But
it's not matter. It doesn't matter if you agree with me. I've been in your house.
So everybody we talk to doesn't agree with you. Like
No,
everybody
that's
who's like,
false. That's false.
Everybody who has a job where they go to people's houses, they're like, yeah, Doug, you're wrong.
Nobody's ever said I'm wrong.
Because they're scared of you.
But you just said they did.
But I lied. I don't know what you want from me.
Okay. I've been in your house and I've been in black people's houses.
Okay.
They're always cleaner than your house. Like you.
Yeah, but most white people's houses are cleaner than my house.
No, I don't think so. I think you have the typical white person house.
You think so?
Yes.
Okay. So what?
Okay, here's what everybody that's listening to this, here's what I want you to do.
All right.
Just stop what you're doing right now. Look around your room or your living room. Just look around your house and think to yourself, would a black person live here? Chances are they wouldn't. So clean it up.
Chances are they wouldn't because you wouldn't let them. You racist son of a bitch. All right, fine. No, definitely disagree. We both agree on that we disagree.
God damn it. You make it confusing.
I know. It is okay to make jokes about the food that is served in restaurants owned by non-whites. For the example, lots of garlic in restaurants owned by Arabs, dog meat in Asian restaurants. How is that a joke? Don't they eat dogs? Don't they eat dogs and have a lot of like garlic? Do they not cook with a lot of garlic? This is a stupid example.
Have you ever been in a Chinese restaurant? Okay, you know how typical Chinese restaurant has their kids doing homework on the counter?
Right. Absolutely. Okay. That's a good Chinese restaurant.
Have you ever heard, and how they always yell at each other, like back in the kitchen?
Yes.
Have you ever heard any of them say, give me a fucking Japanese name or whatever, Chinese name? I can't think of any. Hey, Ching Chong, we need more gabagool.
No, I've never heard that. Ching Chong, more gabagool now.
Do you know why that is?
No.
Because Chinese people don't make gabagool.
Right. Give me more gabagool. Toyota. Doesn't Toyota mean now? Isn't that now in Chinese or whatever?
Okay, there's a title in there somewhere. Ching Chong, more gabagool.
Sounds good.
Ching Chong, more gabagool, comma, Toyota.
Toyota. I don't know. I just assume when Asian people are yelling at each other, they just say names of cars. I don't know. Maybe I'm racist.
Okay, yeah. So what was the question?
Is it okay to make jokes about food to serve? I
think we just decided it was.
Yeah, I think so. Toyota. It sure is. It is okay. So we agree. It is okay to ask non-whites if they know a friend, coworker, or classmate of yours who is the same race. Yeah, duh.
Why would, so you're not allowed to ask them?
Yes, you have to think this person's black. I better not ask them this. I think that makes you racist. Like if you're thinking through your questions on I should not ask them this because it might be racist. I think that makes you more fucking racist.
So
You're treating them different.
But the question was worded poorly because I think it is wrong to assume that because one person is black that they know somebody else that's black. That's stupid. It's not like there's a club. You know, if
you're wrong.
I don't care that you think I'm wrong. I know I'm right.
No, you're not. If you're at work and there's like 100 white people and 3 black people and they work far apart from each other.
Yeah, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about in a 4 walls and 103 people. I'm talking about out in the real world. Yeah, if there's 3 black people that work at your work, and there's Jamal, Jerome, and Mark.
Nope, there is no Mark. Jamal, Jerome, and Jamil.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong at all by saying, "Hey, do you know Jamal, one of the other black guys that works here?" I don't think there's anything wrong in saying that.
Right. So that's where this fails. Like, so are you assuming that in this question, you're just walking down the street and you see a random black person and ask him if he knows another random black person? Yeah, nobody does that.
Right. But that's how it's worded. So that's how I took the question.
But in the real world, nobody does that. Like,
right. So read the question again.
It is okay to ask non-whites if they know a friend, coworker, or classmate of yours who is the same race as they are.
Okay, so would you ever think to walk up to a black guy at your work with not ever having a conversation with him and saying, "Well, do you know
No.
Jacoby?"
No.
And he goes, "No, I don't." And you say, "Oh, I went to grade school with him and he was black."
Yeah.
Like, no, that's the way I took the question. And no, that wouldn't be correct. That would be a dumb thing to do.
But would it be offensive?
Yes. Do you know this guy because he's black also? Yeah, I could see where that would be offensive. It wouldn't offend me. Like if I'm asking a black guy if he knows another black guy, but
wouldn't offend me at all.
But like to me, it just screams ignorance. If a black guy came up to you and said, "Yeah, I went to school with this white cat," because that's how they talk.
This white cat.
If he said, "I went to school with this white cat named Sam Johnson," do you know him? No. Why would you think I know him? Well, because he's white as well. Oh, you're stupid. I get it.
Oh, you're stupid. But
you wouldn't be offended.
Right. Nah, not offended and not thinking that I don't know. So where are we falling on this? I don't fucking know, man.
Yes.
Yes. It is okay. So, yes. It is offensive to tell non-whites that they speak English so well.
Well, that seems like a stupid thing to get offended by.
Right. You're really good at speaking. Well, that's offensive.
Okay, so I know like when a black person is articulate, if you say, "Oh, he's very articulate," I that is considered offensive because you never say that about a white person.
Okay.
Which isn't true because I say it about white people all the time, and I don't know that I've ever said it about a black person.
Well, because you're scared.
No, because I've never ran across one that was articulate, dummy. It's like you step over the good joke to get to a stupid joke.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I stepped over another one to get to that one. So I don't know. I don't tell anybody that they're articulate. I just
You just, well, yeah, you don't ever go in meetings or talk with anybody with any intelligence. You just stay
try
at
not to.
your spinning machine.
I just lathe what I need to lathe and get on with it. I don't understand why. So maybe if they're black, that might be offensive because, you know, they're like, good chance they're American. But if you tell an Asian person that they speak really good English, how is that offensive? You look Asian, but you talk American. That's good. Good job, guy.
Yeah, and I think what I'm getting from the question is black people. Like if somebody has like little slits for eyes and then they come up and just talk in a normal American dialect,
Yeah,
it always takes you by surprise.
sure.
But if a black person comes up and speaks in a normal dialect, it takes you by surprise.
He didn't call me the N-word once. All right, so then we're disagreeing, right?
I don't remember. I don't care. Next question.
It is offensive. I disagree.
No, I said it was offensive.
Okay, then we agree. I don't care. We only got 3 left. So, is it okay to portray non-whites in Western movies in accordance with racial stereotypes?
Yes.
Asians as non-assertive, Arabs are prone to violence. Yeah, how are you going to make a movie about 9/11 when you can't portray Arabs as violent?
Wait a minute. I thought it said Westerns. What did I hear?
Is it okay to portray non-whites in Western movies?
Yeah, Westerns. Why would you have an Arab in a Western? That's fucking stupid.
Or an Asian? Why would you have an Asian? Why would you have an Asian in a Western movie?
Oh, I will see you at noon.
Maybe they mean Indians.
Saddle up the rickshaw.
We should make a movie about Asians in the West with rickshaws. That just sounds like an awesome premise. I'm just a regular Asian guy trying to make a living in the Old West with my rickshaw.
But there's a snake in my boot.
Aww. Oh, shit. Yeah, I agree that it's okay. Sure, why not? It is okay to assume that people mostly have friends that share their own ethnicity. Yes.
Duh.
Yeah, yes. People like similar people to them. Yes, duh.
God, that's so fucking stupid. Like,
Yes.
okay, if you're walking down the street and you see a black person,
Yeah.
nobody ever thinks, I bet they don't have any black friends. It's fucking stupid.
That's the dumbest thing ever. It may sometimes be necessary for Western governments to detain or investigate non-whites for actions that would not arouse suspicion if done by white people.
Yes.
What? It may sometimes be necessary for Western governments. Is that like a euphemism for police? I don't.
Okay.
Can you give me an example?
Yes.
Okay.
Let's say that you are airport security
Got it.
and you see me walking through with, like one of them old timey alarm clocks with the bells on top and a package of road flares. You're just going to think that I want to take a nap and I might have car trouble.
Right.
Whereas if it was a Middle Eastern person, get down.
Yeah, detain them. Or investigate. Yeah, I agree with that.
Okay, so are we racist?
This is the last question. It's okay to portray minorities in commercials as being bad at English.
Well, if they're bad at English, I mean,
Right. Yes. Racism test. You are purple. Population average is gray. So we are general racism 79%.
all right.
Socio-historical racism 90%.
What does that even mean?
I don't know. Perpetual foreigner racism, 81%. Total racism, 83%. Our total racism is 83%. This makes you 42% more prone to general racism than the average person. 61% more prone to socio-historical racism than the average person. 38% more prone to perpetual foreigner racism. I don't even know what that means. 46.9% more prone to racism than the average person overall. Oh,
Bullshit.
explanation scales. Sweet. Let's start with perpetual foreigner racism. Measures the attitudes
That's the stream of Mexicans that keep coming into the fucking country.
Perpetually. It measures the attitudes that signal to non-whites that they are incapable of assimilating fully and that they will never be truly Western. If you're from the East, how are you going to be truly? Yes, that makes sense. I'm from the East. You're never going to be truly West. I don't know what to tell you. Socio-historical racism denotes social attitudes.
Hold on. No, don't just blow by that. Okay, doesn't assimilate mean assimilate?
Yes. Yeah, they don't want to assimilate.
Right. So
Right.
if you move here from whatever, Quebec or Iraq or wherever the fuck it is that those people come from,
Same thing.
and you insist on putting one of those round top buildings in our city,
Yeah.
and then whatever, praying to the north 15 times a day or whatever the fuck it is they do, that's not assimilating.
Right. And if you move here from Mexico and you buy a truck and fly the Mexican flag in the back of your truck and like all the Mexican shit that comes with it, how is that assimilating? I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying, how is that assimilating in any way?
How far does that go? Like, if a Mexican person buys a truck and then puts one of them bobblehead Marys in the dash, does that count as assimilating?
Bobblehead Marys. Does assimilating to what? They're Catholic over there.
Okay, so that's fine. That still counts as assimilating.
I mean, we're Catholic here. They're Catholic there, right? Yeah,
so what
I
about
think so.
if they put their Mexican last name in their window with a decal? Because they do that.
You take a white last name. When you move here, you take a white last name, and we'll assign it to you.
That's what we should do. Is we should assign government names to non-whites,
Yes.
but then make sure that like when we're coming up with the government names, we know what they actually mean.
Right.
Like if they're Mexican, their last name would be like grass mower or something.
Your new name is Johnny Grassmower. I like it. I really like it, actually. That's a great idea. If you're can we name the Mexicans Bad Driver? just put it all right out there. Bill Bad Driver.
Michael, no insurance. And then like black person that comes over would be like Bobby No Dad. Like if you're screening applications and you get
I like Bobby No Dad. I like that.
if you see an application come across your desk and it's Carlton loves chitlins or
Carlton loves chitlins.
like you would know right there. It's like, oh, I'm not going to interview this guy.
Right. Yeah. Then you can't even get accused of racism because you just don't call him back. It would make it easier to hire only whites. So what happens when a white woman marries a no dad? She became Jane No Dad.
Oh, no, that's perfect. Okay, so I think that you should have to, it's not up for debate. You have to take the person's last name.
Okay.
And if you get a divorce or he ends up leaving once you get pregnant, you're not allowed to take your old name back.
Okay.
So even if she's
It's like a scarlet letter.
Well, yes, you meet her out at a bar. She's, he's been gone for years or whatever. The kid is probably home taking care of himself.
Right.
And you have no clue what you're in for or what her history is. But if she said, you say, what's your name? Melissa, no dad? No, I'll see you later.
All right, see you later. That's actually a pretty good idea.
Yeah, this would solve so many fucking issues.
We're revamping the immigration system. I like it. I didn't think that's where we were going to go, but I like it. I like Billy No Insurance. That's actually a genius idea. I really like that.
Okay.
All right, we're racist. I mean,
All right, are we done with that, or we got more to
no, that was it.
talk about?
That was it.
All right. Do you want to I got a couple old, I think. Hold on. Yeah, it looks like I have a couple old Dear Flabbies. You want to do that? You want to go
Yeah.
through some news articles, or you want to save them for tomorrow?
No, let's do a couple Dear Flabbies. I think that'd be good.
Okay. I've only got two, so you got to,
Stretch it out.
yeah.
Okay. All right. Dear Flabby, with the rise of AI-generated things going around, art, music, etc., we as a society are inching closer and closer to witnessing AI-generated porn.
I think we already did this.
Did we? Now this sounds awesome, but from a legal standpoint, would this make some kind of loophole to watching videos that would otherwise be illegal to watch become perfectly legal? No harm would be done to anyone since everything would be AI generated. Curious? Yeah, I think we already did this.
Okay, I've got one Dear Flabby if you want to go over that.
Dear Flabby and Anthony, I'm 4 years and 6 months sober. I'm a hardworking dad and husband. My life seems to always be on go, go, go. There isn't many vices that I have in my life. No drinking, no drugs. One thing that I do have is masturbation. We did this.
All right. We've got no Dear Flabbies to go through. Okay, do you want to give me a minute to pull some? Like,
Yeah.
I won't take screenshots, but I can read them.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I think that'd be fine.
Okay, hold please.
I'll talk about that. I don't know. I got nothing. I don't know. I didn't even have anything to finish that sentence with. I just figured if I started talking, something would come to me, but I don't know why I thought that.
All right, well, let's see what we got here.
All right.
What's up, my Nastrix? My 23andMe test came back, and it turns out I'm 0.03% African. Am I able to seek reparations? And can I send my Patreon payment to the P.O. box every month in pennies?
Yes.
You know, I think this is from Tom the Tree Guy. So
Really?
fuck yourself.
Why? Why? Why fuck himself?
Because I don't want his fucking Patreon money in pennies.
I want it in food stamps. Can you send me his EBT card or whatever you call it?
So I want to do one of those DNA tests,
Yeah.
but I don't want to. I don't want to give the government my DNA.
Right. I'm in the exact same boat. I'm sort of interested, but not nearly interested enough to just
do you think-
hand the cops all my information. It's retarded.
Do you think that when like they were bringing black people over here for slavery, like one of them was like, "Man, this is uncomfortable. I hate this," and then the other one would say, "Yeah, I'm in the exact same boat."
That's where that saying came from. I can use that. I had a receipt.
What?
I don't know.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Slave receipt.
Oh, okay. I'm 16 and I'm unable to do well at school. I have a 1.04 GPA and I really don't want to end up like you guys. Any advice?
I'm awesome. What are you talking about?
I'm currently planning to live in a van with solar panels and a Starlink for internet and work as little as possible. But I have no idea how the world works, so I'm unsure if this is a shitty idea or not.
Yes. It's a fucking terrible idea, dummy.
No, it's not. It's a great idea.
If you're stupid, it's a terrible idea. In order to live in a van and like have any sort of life, you have to not be a goddamn moron.
Right, but don't you think that this makes him smart?
What do you mean?
Because he said, okay. If he said, I'm 16 and I would really like a career in manufacturing, I'm looking forward to 30 years of unbearable pressure.
But I understand that. But I also think that you have unrealistic expectations of what it's like to live in a van when you're 16 years old. You believe that solar panels just fall out of the sky and maintain themselves, and vehicles just maintain themselves, and like you don't need a shower. I don't understand like what you think is going to happen.
Okay, so if I came to you and said, okay, look, I'm giving up the meat game. I'm done.
Yep.
I'm going to take what money that I've put in the bank.
Yeah.
I'm going to buy a van.
Yeah.
I'm going to put solar panels on it.
Yep.
And I'm going to have Starlink for internet.
Yep.
Would you be envious?
Yeah, for about 6 months.
Until it was parked outside your fucking house.
Right.
With
exactly.
a drop cord running to it.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. So you can do that temporarily, but if you have zero plans for like how you're going to pay for your Starlink internet or your gas.
I'll paint fences. Like I'll be a ranch hand.
Paint fences. What ranch? Is there a ranch anywhere near you?
Yes.
You're just gonna go to where the ranches are? You need any hands?
I am okay. You understand that we don't live in the same part of the country.
Right.
Like I am surrounded by ranches.
I don't believe you.
I don't care if you believe me or not. It's a true statement. It's
Okay.
fucking. I'm in Oklahoma. Like Oklahoma, where the ranches are. Like I mean, they write songs about it. There's steers and stuff here.
And queers.
Okay. Here, people wear big belt buckles because they have to, because they work on a ranch.
That's required. Not because they're hipsters.
Right.
Got it.
Hope that helped. I started shaving at an earlier age than most people, like 9 or 10-ish. Since I had dance classes and recitals, my mom taught me the proper way to shave. One direction, press lightly, long stroke. Thing is, I was impatient and stupid from 13 to 15 and just wanted a fast, clean shave in the mornings before school. I would end up going up and down and pressing hard for what I thought would be a closer shave and just doing everything wrong. Basically. This guy can't fucking write. Now, whenever I try to shave, I'm basically guaranteed some ingrown hairs or strawberry skin. Keratosis pilaris. Like, so he's either going to get a rash or a fucking snowmobile. I also have some hairs on my legs that literally won't shave or wax off. It feels like I'm not reading. This still goes on and on and on. Okay. I'm allergic. I'm Latina with thicker, darker hair, if that helps at all.
Wait, did it say Latina?
Yeah.
So it's a chick?
Yeah.
I don't know anything about women shaving. I have no idea. I don't know.
Okay.
Try Nair. I don't know. I don't know.
Isn't that something that you have to do before you have your quinceañera?
Why would you start shaving at 9?
Because they're hairy Mexicans. What the fuck do you think?
Huh. Weird.
I also tried Nair, but it gave me a rash, and I'm pretty sure I'm allergic with Latina. I'm Latina with thicker, darker hair, if that helps at all. How can I get nicer shaves without all the irritation?
I use a straight razor.
Just shave. Like
No, you use a straight razor. I'm serious. It's not a straight razor, but what do they call it? A safety razor or whatever?
a razor blade?
Yeah, but like a single razor blade that's replaceable, not like those like the ones with the head with the 5 blades or whatever. Don't use those.
Wrong. Use those.
Okay. You're wrong about that, but
No, I'm not wrong.
no, you're wrong.
No, everybody's skin is different. Just because what works on yours. Oh, so do you use like a shaving razor, like
Yeah.
a one long blade, like the old time barbers?
No. I bought a safety razor. It's got a little thing that it's literally just a really thin razor blade, and you put it on there. It's one single razor blade.
How do I find this? I want to
Just safety razor is what it's called. Like Rockwell, I think, is what I bought.
safety razor. Yeah, I'm not using that. So it uses a regular razor blade?
Yeah, I mean, they're made specifically for that, but yes, it's basically a razor blade.
Yeah, that looks fucking dangerous as shit.
It's badass.
Every time, okay. My concern is that I'll peel my head like a potato.
I think you should give it a try. That would be awesome. Those fucking 5-blade razors are so shitty.
No, they're not. Some of them are, but like that's what I use is a 5-blade Gillette, and I love it. It's just one quick swoop and it's gone.
Right. Like you said, people's skin's different. My skin's super sensitive. Like those things just fuck me up every time.
Yeah, I got a head like leather.
Right.
So you're saying, are you okay? When I shave my head, I go like super fast, like. If I do that, if I buy one of these, and will I cut myself?
Probably.
Then why the fuck would I want to do that?
Because there's technique that you have to learn. Like, and if you're not willing to learn how to like the right angle to hold it and like how to
I'm
do
out.
it,
No fucking way.
That's fine. I'm not trying to convince you.
Well, you're telling me that my razor don't cut me up, and you're telling me with your razor I have to take my time and use fucking trigonometry to figure out how not to cut my scalp myself.
Right. And your razors probably cost like $12 a piece or whatever. My razors cost, I don't know, $1, 70 cents or something like that. They're ridiculously inexpensive.
Yeah, but the fucking cost of medical care is ridiculously expensive.
Be careful. You can see how often I use it. I haven't shaved in fucking a month.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. All right. You want to do one more?
Yeah. Oh, wait. Do we help this Latina?
Don't be Mexican.
Send pics.
Your big hairy bush.
Yeah, send me a picture of your hairy bush.
I'm a 30-year-old with erectile dysfunction, but my friend keeps trying to set me up with her friends. Not looking for advice on how to deal with ED at this point. I'm likely going to be getting an implant.
Oh, Jesus.
How do I reject it now so that she might still want to set me up with them once I get this shit sorted out without letting her know that I have erectile dysfunction? Ooh. Just say you're going to try being gay.
Did you say 30 years old?
Yeah.
How does a 30-year-old man get erectile dysfunction? How do you
interracial porn?
I think you're right about that. That's wasn't there like a link in some study between porn and erectile dysfunction?
I fucking hope not.
No, I think there was. I think
no, that's fucking that's just a myth from big Catholic church.
Big porn. Big Catholic church.
They're just trying to get you to quit watching porn.
I think you can just say Catholic church. The big part is implied.
Big church.
Look it up. I'm pretty sure there's a link between erectile dysfunction and overuse of porn from a young age.
No, it's not overuse of porn. It's overuse of jerking off. Okay, what am I looking up?
Erectile dysfunction and porn.
Is there a link between erectile dysfunction and George Washington?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, am I dysfunction? That's a stupid way to spell that. And
porn use.
Erectile dysfunction and porn?
Yeah.
For example, compulsive porn viewing or watching several scenes at once or quickly switching from one scene to another creates a lot of stimulation not typically experienced in real-life sexual encounters. This may create ED issues, she says. That's the only thing that's there. I don't even know who she is.
Who's she? Well, I mean, you should listen to her. She's probably fat.
Okay, what are 5 overlooked causes of erectile dysfunction? Premature ejaculation.
Wait, what? That's weird.
This is the inability to keep an erection long enough for mutual pleasure due to climaxing too soon. So that's stupid. As long as you ejaculate after your orgasm, it wasn't premature.
Wait.
like if you came without having an orgasm, if you're walking down the street and your dick just starts shooting cum everywhere, that's premature.
Right. If it's happens at the same time, it's just a regular mature ejaculation. It's a mature vintage.
Performance anxiety.
Yeah. That's stupid.
Yeah, it's stupid to you. You've been married to the same person for 40 fucking years.
Yeah. What do I have to be anxious about?
Right.
I do just fine. She hasn't left yet. I'm doing just fine.
Right. But if you and your wife ever split up and you had to, you decided to get with somebody else and not pay them.
Oh yeah, not happening. If me and my wife split up, it's whores all the way. I don't know.
Me and OnlyFans going to get real tight.
Right.
Depression.
No.
What is that?
My phone.
What do you mean no? I'm not asking you if you have this. It's overlooked causes of erectile dysfunction.
Oh, all right. Where's the porn on there?
Yeah, it's not on there.
But because it's not overlooked, because it's the main cause.
Oh, okay. I know, like after I was going to commit suicide and I was on all the pills. So depression leads to erectile dysfunction because of the medication they give you.
So did you take Zoloft?
I don't remember what the drug was that I took. I just know that it made it to where it wasn't that I was horny. I just wanted to jerk off because, I was good at it. But no matter how much I tugged on it, like it was just laying there like a stupid piece of taffy. Just nothing.
So when I took Zoloft, I didn't like not get hard, but like it was like whatever the connection is between your cock and your brain, it severs that connection. So I could not come. Like it was just like, okay, we're done having sex now. This is like we're just gonna stop. Usually we stop when you come, but like I'm out. I'm gonna. This is terrible. It was weird. It was the weirdest thing.
So when you were on it, did you still get horny? And you still got like fully erect? But you just couldn't come? Awesome.
You think so?
No, that's horrible.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. It's terrible.
Even when she does that thing you like grabbing your nipples and everything, like nothing?
Nothing.
There's no switch?
Nothing. No, there's no switch. It's just like you just stop having sex when you're tired.
Fucking hurting.
Yeah, yes. Like, can you imagine just we're gonna have sex until I just don't feel like having sex anymore. Like, there's no point there. Like, there's no point where you don't feel like having sex anymore. So you just have to stop. It fucks everything all up. It's weird.
Okay, so did you when you got wore out, or she just got tired of you bouncing around on top of her?
Right.
So were you still hard?
Yes.
And then you just walk around with fucking.
Well, I mean, it goes away after a few minutes, but yeah.
So did you have blue balls?
No, that was the weird thing. Cause no, I never did, which is, you would think like you would, but I never, it was weird.
Yeah. You just weren't into it. Like,
so it just all not being into it just happened to coincide with the time I was taking the fucking Zoloft.
No, you're missing the point. Like,
oh, okay.
You're gay.
I don't think I've ever missed that point.
No. So what I'm saying is, like, okay, so you had all the chemicals inside of you, which was what was stopping you from coming.
Yeah.
But it was just muscle memory as to why your dick got hard. Like, it was like, oh, I know what I'm supposed to do. I'm going to hold up my end.
Yeah. Yes. I think you're right. I'm going to hold up my end. I'm waiting for the signal here, buddy. It's getting hard to hold this thing up.
So what I wonder is, I just lost my train of thought. It was a good question, though.
Good. Then the answer is yes.
Damn it. You coming, not coming. Oh, yeah, okay. So when you were thrusting in and out of your wife's vagina,
Yeah.
did it still feel good? Even like
yes.
as Is she listening?
No, I don't think so.
Like it never got to the point where she started drying up. Like she was just over it.
Yeah, no, I was just over it.
Okay.
This is hard work.
Okay, so you know that feeling like right when like let's say that you go a week without having sex.
Yeah.
Okay. And when you get to full depth the first time, it's like fuck. Like right?
Premature ejaculation. Oh God.
No, but you know that feeling I'm talking
Oh,
about.
I do.
Okay. Now you're 45 minutes in. It's no longer fuck. It's
Yes.
fuck.
It's work. At this point,
Okay.
it's literally just work.
So what I'm wondering is no vagina in sight. Okay.
Yeah.
Just you in a room.
Yeah.
How long could you maintain that thrusting motion without that good feeling on your dick? Like just go and you just start rocking your hips back and forth. You
Like
know,
40 seconds?
right. And that's what I was
If
getting at.
that. Weird. So like there must be some sort of like, okay, when you're making this movement, the path between like your hips and your brain is whatever the path is. When you're having sex, we're going to take a different path. You know, because you don't even notice that you're doing that really, you know?
Oh, yeah. So have you ever had any kind of back pain or issues, any type of body issues, anything like that? Injury, like your pickleball injury. Okay. What did you hurt? Your elbow or knee or
My
something?
knee, yeah.
Okay. When you were healing up from your pickleball injury, did you have sex?
Yeah, I did, and it was rough.
Right. You still powered through.
Yeah, for sure.
And while you were having sex with your wife, it was like you're still hitting it as hard as you could. You're still, hold on. Right?
Right.
And then as soon as you come, your knee's like, here I am, motherfucker.
Yes. Yes. About, I don't know, a month ago, 3 weeks ago, whatever, I wrecked on my skateboard, fucked up my wrist, and it fucking hurts all the time. My this hand is fucked up, this wrist is fucked up. And I think that they would have healed a lot sooner if we didn't have sex. I feel like I'm like re-injuring myself every time.
I think, okay, you know how they say like if your kid's underneath the car changing the brakes and the car falls on them, you get superhuman strength and you can lift the car off.
Yeah.
I think you just get superhuman strength from having sex.
Right. I'm okay with it.
So like if it's not your kid, that means you have to jerk off to get the powers so you can lift the car off of them. It's okay. Hold on,
Okay.
just give me a minute.
Just give me a second. I'll lift that car in a minute. Hold on, one more minute.
Imagine that the fucking the car is laying on top of toddler legs, just sitting there flopping.
You're like, hold on, almost there.
Don't look, fucking weirdo.
You're making this weird.
I'm trying to power up.
Oh shit. Bye.